Hello friends, in my online session classes for PUC second year, I have completed 3 chapters, that is haloalkanes and haloarenes, alcohols, phenols and ethers, and then aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acids. Among these 3 chapters, you have been sent synopsis and multiple choice questions from one of these chapters, that is haloalkanes and haloarenes. I hope you have received the PDF file of multiple choice questions in this chapter, that is haloalkanes and haloarenes, and I believe that you have taken a printout of the same. Now if you have followed the chapter very carefully, if you have read the synopsis very carefully, then I hope you will be able to solve these questions, and I shall also be solving the same questions. In case you are unable to solve any of them, then you can follow this video. Now beginning with, the first question says, in haloalkanes and haloarenes, the first question says ethylidene dibromide is, and then you are being given 4 options. I will first write the 4 options. You see CH3, CH2, Br. This is first option. This is second option, Br, CH2, CH2, Br. Then third option is CH3, CH, Br2. And D option is CH2 double bond C, Br2. In the question, it says ethylidene dibromide. Alkylidene stands for geminal. It stands for geminal dihalides. And alkylene, this stands for vicinal dihalides. So in nomenclature, if you are seeing idene, then it stands for geminal. If it is simply ene, then it is vicinal. So keeping these hint in mind, you can remember that whenever alkylidene appears, it is to be a geminal dihalide. And by definition, what is a geminal dihalide? Any dihaloalkane or simply a dihalide which contains 2 halogen atoms attached to same carbon atom. And what kind of 2 halogen atoms? Both the halogen atoms are supposed to be same. So geminal dihalides are those dihaloalkanes in which 2 same halogen atoms are attached to same carbon atom. That is geminal dihalide. Now find out among these where one such example is. If you look at the first option, it contains only 1 halogen. So this cannot be the answer. This cannot be the answer. Then you look at second option, it has 2 halogens, but these 2 halogens are attached to adjacent carbon atoms. Means this is an example for vicinal and not geminal. Now third example, you will see CH3, CH, Br2. I can write this Br2 in this form also. There were 2 bromines. So this is a geminal because both the halogens which are same, they are attached to 1 carbon atom. So this is our required answer. Then you can ask, sir, why can't D be the option? Because in D also you have got 2 halogens. But notice that it also contains a double bond. So this is not the correct answer. So for the first question, alkylidene dihalide, among these 4, option C is the correct answer. Then second, benzene hexachloride is. 4 options are given, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexachlorocyclohexane, then 1, 1, 1, 6, 6, 6 hexachlorocyclohexane, 1, 6 phenyl 1, 6 chlorohexane, 1, 1 phenyl 6, 6 chlorohexane. Benzene hexachloride has this structure. Benzene hexachloride has this structure. So which one will be the correct name? You find out. Can it be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexachlorocyclohexane? Yes. Technically, it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexachlorocyclohexane, because after benzene hexachloride is formed, these double bonds tend to disappear. So first option is the correct one and not B, C, D. Option A is the correct answer. Then the general formula for alkyl halides is, you see alkanes have a formula CN H2N plus 2. Now if I am supposed to insert one halogen into this formula by replacing one hydrogen, because by definition what a haloalkane is, these are the halogen derivatives of alkanes. This means one or more number of hydrogen atoms from alkanes are replaced by equal number of halogens. So keeping that in mind, if I am substituting at least one hydrogen, then what will be the formula? Cn H2n plus 1, because I have replaced one hydrogen and in its place I am substituting it by a halogen. So this will be one basic formula for haloalkanes, especially monohaloalkanes. Monohaloalkanes have this formula Cn H2n plus 1 X. So out of the 4 options, the first option is the correct answer. Then the fourth question, full name of DDT is. You all have heard what DDT is, though not in my class, but you might have heard what DDT is. DDT was earlier used as a pesticide or insecticide. Nowadays it is banned because of biomagnification. DDT does not easily degrade into the environment and it passes from one trophic level to higher trophic level, resulting into biomagnification and causing severe health problems. For that reason DDT is banned. I will however give you its structure. You see if you can find out its name. So this is DDT. According to the nomenclature, it is, see, this is para position with respect to this carbon, this is para position, isn't it? So these two carbons are taken as parent carbons, 1 2 or 1 2, anyhow you want to name. So with respect to this carbon, it is para position and it is also para position. So para dash dichloro and 2 times phenyl, so diphenyl, para dash dichloro diphenyl, then 1 2 3 trichloro ethane is one of the name for DDT. Para dash dichloro diphenyl trichloro ethane is one of the names for DDT. Other than this, we also have another name, that is 2,2 bis 4-chlorophenyl. 4-chlorophenyl means this is 1 2 3 4 4-chlorophenyl. 4-chlorophenyl 2 times, therefore bis. This is first carbon, this is second carbon. On second carbon you have 4-chlorophenyl twice. So 2,2 means one ring with respect to second carbon, the other ringed structure with respect to second carbon, therefore 2,2. Bis stands for twice, 2,2 bis 4-chlorophenyl. Then on the first carbon you have 3 chlorine, 1,1,1 trichloro ethane. This is another name. Now out of these two names, the first name is considered as a misnomer. Misnomer means it is a name that we commonly use, but it is not to be called as the correct name. It is a common name or a trivial name. So this cannot be IUPAC name. Understood? Then this is the IUPAC name. Now find out in the 4 options given if the same name is there or some rearrangement is there in the names. You see in the first option it says 111 trichloro 22 bis 4 chlorophenyl ethane. It is exactly the same as this name. So this is the IUPAC name, or in the 4 options given to you, the first option is the correct IUPAC name for DDT. That is 111 trichloro 22 bis 4 chlorophenyl ethane. That is DDT. The next question. What is the main product of the reaction? What is the main product of the reaction between 2-methyl propene with HBr? 2-methyl propene with HBr. Now let us find out what will be the product. You have 2-methyl propene. Okay, this is 1, 2, 3. 2-methyl propene with HBr. It says what is the product when 2-methyl propene reacts with HBr. So addition of HBr to unsymmetrical alkenes is done according to a rule called Markovnikov's rule. So this question is based on Markovnikov's rule. So according to Markovnikov's rule, from the addendum, the adding molecule, the negative part of the adding molecule should go to the carbon atom containing less number of hydrogen atoms. So you select the double bonded carbon atoms and you transfer this negative part of the molecule to a carbon which contains less number of hydrogen atoms. So the other way, the positive part should go to the carbon containing more number of hydrogen atoms. So the product should be CH3C. This CH3 as it is, now Br is attached here. Here double bond becomes triple bond. This is our product. Now what will be the IUPAC name for this? 1, 2, 3. 2-bromo 2-methyl propane. 2-bromo 2-methyl propane should be the main product obtained when HBr reacts with 2-methyl propene. And this is a question based on what? Markovnikov's rule. What does Markovnikov rule state? It states that the negative part of the adding molecule should go to the carbon containing less number of hydrogen atoms. And what kind of carbon atoms should be selected for adding HBr? Only the double bonded carbon atoms should be selected. So the correct answer should be 2-bromo 2-methyl propane. Among the 4 options, the first option is 1-bromobutane. The second option is 1-bromo 2-methyl propane. Then you have third option 2-bromobutane, and the fourth option is 2-bromo 2-methyl propane. So among the 4, option D is the correct answer. Then 6th question. When ethyl alcohol reacts with thionyl chloride, when ethyl alcohol reacts with thionyl chloride in the presence of pyridine, the product obtained is. I hope you have not forgotten that this is a named reaction and an important reaction for exams. If you do not forget, then let us see. It says when ethyl alcohol reacts with thionyl chloride. Thionyl chloride is SOCl2. This is reacted in the presence of pyridine. This is reacted in the presence of pyridine. Then what is the product? It says. I hope you remember that this reaction is called Darzin's process. It is called Darzin's process. It is one of the method to prepare haloalkanes. It is one of the best method known to prepare haloalkanes, especially alkyl chlorides. Then what is the product? CH3, CH2, Cl. One Cl along with this and the other Cl with H. So you will get HCl along with SO2. You should not forget this reaction because it is one of the best method to prepare alkyl chlorides. The reason is the two byproducts being gaseous can be easily removed from the reaction medium. If somehow HCl does not go in the form of vapors or gas, then this mild base pyridine used will neutralize the HCl formed in the reaction. As a result, this method, that is Darzin's process, is one of the best method to prepare alkyl chlorides. So that should be our answer, CH3 CH2Cl plus HCl plus SO2. Where is that? It is given in the second option, C2H5Cl plus HCl plus SO2. That is our correct answer. Then 7th question. Which of the following is obtained? Which of the following is obtained when chloral is boiled with NaOH? It is one of the application based question. I mean, this question is usually not given in your theory. It is nowhere mentioned in your theory, but it is one of the application based question. I mean, you have studied about haloalkanes, no? So based on that you can expect this question. So chloral stands for trichloroacetaldehyde. If this is acetaldehyde, then CCl3CHO, that is replacement of all the 3 hydrogens by 3 chlorine, is called chloral. Chloral is nothing but trichloroacetaldehyde. So when chloral is heated or boiled with sodium hydroxide, what product is obtained? The best reaction to prepare chloroform. It is one of the known reaction to prepare chloroform. From chloral you are going to prepare chloroform whenever chloral is boiled with sodium hydroxide, and the other is sodium formate. So let us see for options. First option is methyl chloride, second is trichloromethane or chloroform, then carbon tetrachloride, and none of these. Your answer should be the second one. Your answer should be the second one, that whenever chloral is boiled with sodium hydroxide, we are going to get chloroform as the main product. It is one of the best known methods to prepare chloroform. Then 8th question. C6H5Cl, that stands for chlorobenzene. So chlorobenzene is prepared by aniline with, means you are going to prepare chlorobenzene and your starting product is aniline. How do you prepare chlorobenzene from aniline? Given 4 options. The first option is HCl, not possible, because simply reacting aniline with HCl gives you anilinium hydrochloride. Let us try them. If this is our first option, aniline plus HCl, you will get anilinium hydrochloride. So this is not the method to prepare chlorobenzene. This is first option. Then second, it says reacting simply with cuprous chloride. Aniline does not react with cuprous chloride. So second option is also wrong. Then third, it says react with chlorine in presence of anhydrous AlCl3. No. If you are reacting aniline with chlorine in presence of anhydrous AlCl3, it might undergo chlorination at para position. So this would be the product. Then fourth option, reacting aniline with HNO2. If you are reacting with HNO2, then you will get N double bond NCl. This reaction is nothing but diazotization in order to prepare benzene diazonium chloride. Now the same benzene diazonium chloride is, what is the fourth option? HNO2, and then heated with cuprous chloride. If you are then heating this with cuprous chloride in presence of HCl, then you are likely to get chlorobenzene. So option D is correct method. And what is this reaction called? Converting benzene diazonium chloride into chlorobenzene is called Sand-Meyer's reaction. It is called Sand-Meyer's reaction. I hope you have studied this in haloarenes part. It is one of the method to prepare haloarenes. Then next question. Ninth question. A Grignard reagent may be made by reacting magnesium with. A Grignard reagent may be made by reacting magnesium with. In Grignard reagents, they are alkyl magnesium halides and their general formula is RMgX. If you want to prepare a Grignard reagent, you need alkyl halide and magnesium in the presence of ether. Then you will get Grignard reagents, that is RMgX. Now the question says, ninth question, a Grignard reagent may be made by reacting magnesium with. If you are going to react magnesium with what, you are going to get Grignard reagent. So your answer should be alkyl halide. Now search for this option in the 4 given below. The first one is methylamine, that is CH3NH2. This is first option. Second is diethyl ether. Diethyl ether. This is second option. Then the third is ethyl iodide, C2H5I. And the fourth option is C2H5OH, ethyl alcohol. You need an alkyl halide. Find out among the 4 which one is an alkyl halide. That becomes your correct answer. This is an amine, no. These are ethers, no. This is alkyl halide, yes. This is an alcohol, so wrong. The correct option is C. Whenever ethyl iodide reacts with magnesium, you are likely to get a Grignard reagent. Then 10th question. Which reagent cannot be used to prepare? Which reagent cannot be used to prepare an alkyl halide from an alcohol? This comes under methods of preparation of haloalkanes, wherein the first method is by using alcohols. How do you prepare haloalkanes? So if I am not wrong, in preparation of haloalkanes from alcohols, we have got different methods. Among them, the first option given is HCl plus ZnCl2. Can you prepare an alkyl halide using HCl plus ZnCl2? Yes, you can prepare because it is Lucas reagent. Whenever option A is Lucas reagent, so if Lucas reagent reacts with alcohol, you will get alkyl halide for sure. Then second option is NaCl. NaCl plus alcohol. No alkyl halides are obtained. No alkyl halides are obtained. Then third, PCl5 plus alcohol. Yes, you will get RCl plus HX plus POCl3, HCl plus POCl3, you will get alkyl halide. Then D option, SOCl2 plus ROH. I think you have just solved one such question. That question number was 6th question. So if an alcohol is reacting with thionyl chloride, you will get RCl plus SO2 plus HCl. So among the 4 options, the one by which you cannot prepare alkyl halides or haloalkanes is the second one. By reacting alcohol with salt, sodium chloride, you cannot prepare haloalkanes or alkyl halides. What was the question number? It was 10th. Now let us see 11th question. The compound formed on heating chlorobenzene with chloral in the presence of concentrated sulfuric acid. This is also an application based question. For this again you need to know what chloral is and what is obtained when chlorobenzene is reacted with it in the presence of concentrated sulfuric acid. This was in previous times a very well known reaction to prepare an insecticide or pesticide. Let us see how. What does it say? It says what compound is obtained when chlorobenzene is heated with chlorine in the presence of concentrated sulfuric acid. So let us first take chloral. It is reacting with chlorobenzene. I will take 2 moles of chlorobenzene because the product requires 2 moles. Okay. Now when 2 moles of chlorobenzene are reacted with chloral in the presence of concentrated sulfuric acid, the role of concentrated sulfuric acid is it acts as a dehydrating agent. A dehydrating agent is the one which removes water. So this is gone in the form of water. Then what is remaining? 1C, 3 times chlorine, then second C, 1H, then you have attached benzene ring with it and chlorine at para position or 4th position. Now can you name what compound is this? A while ago you have just learnt its effects also and why it is banned. You have studied this in 4th question. The full name of DDT is. So what is the answer? It is DDT. The DDT full form is dichloro diphenyl trichloroethane. So whenever chloral is or trichloroacetaldehyde is reacted with chlorobenzene in the presence of dehydrating agent like sulfuric acid, you are going to get DDT as the product. This reaction was a very popular reaction. Now because DDT is banned, even this reaction is not in practice in any synthesizing laboratories. Then for question 11th, what is the correct answer? Freon, DDT, gamexane, hexachloroethane. The correct option is B, DDT. Then 12th question. In the 12th question, you will notice that what will be the product in the following reaction? What will be the product in following reaction? Now that's a tricky question and I hope you will not sway. This is an example of cyclic compound and it is reacted with NBS. You might not even be knowing what NBS is. So NBS stands for N-bromosuccinamide. So if you have got succinic acid, you convert that into amide, and in that succinamide structure, if you have got bromo attached directly to the nitrogen atom, then we say it is N-bromosuccinamide. Now N-bromosuccinamide is a very selective brominating agent. It is used when you want to introduce bromine into a compound, into usually a cyclic compound. So N-bromosuccinamide is a very selective brominating agent and it usually or normally brominates ethylenic compounds. Ethylenic means those which contain double bonds. You can usually say alkene type of compounds or ethylenic compounds in allylic position. These are the conditions wherein you can use N-bromosuccinamide. It is used to introduce bromine first. Second, what type of compounds? There should be ethylenic compounds, means double bonded compounds. Cyclic compounds containing double bond in it. And where will it brominate? Where will it introduce bromine? In the allyl position. In the allyl position. So what should be the correct answer? Now, if I count from here, allyl position should be either this one or this one. Understood? So allyl means 3 carbons, out of which one is involved in a double bond and then next is in single bond and a halogen is attached to it. By definition, what is an allylic halide? Allylic halides are those in which halogen is attached to sp3 carbon next to sp2 hybridized carbon. So if I am counting from here, this is first carbon, this is second carbon. My next option is either here it could be third carbon or here it could be third carbon. This much is for allyl definition. Now what does N-bromosuccinamide do? It is a very selective reagent, means it does not add bromine anywhere. It adds bromine only when you have got a cyclic compound, and that too if the compound is containing ethylene carbons. Even if it is not cyclic, fine, but you should have ethylenic carbons, and then ethylenic means double bonded carbons, 2 carbons involved in double bond, and then it will brominate, it will give bromine for attachment only at allyl position. Allyl means 3 carbons or at third positions. Understood? So for that, the correct option should be, this is as it is CH2, either bromine should be here or here. Sorry, while brominating this becomes single bond. So either here or here. You find out if any such option is given there, then it is your correct answer. Out of the 4, the first option. In the first option, this is given. So this is correct answer. Understood? N-bromosuccinamide selectively brominates at allyl position if and only if you also have ethylenic carbons in it. Keeping that in mind, you can add bromine to this position and 1 hydrogen in order to make unsaturation converted into saturation. So this is correct answer. Then 13th question, phosgene. Phosgene is the common name for. In the theory class, if I am not wrong, I might have told you phosgene is a very poisonous gas. This we usually explain during the uses of compounds. And because uses were not explained in the class, I do not think you might have studied that. But if you are following the NCERT textbook, it will be clear to you that phosgene is one of the compounds that is a very poisonous gas. What is the question? Phosgene is the common name for. I will give you directly the answer, you find out what is the correct name. This is called phosgene. Is it CO2 and PH3? No, because we know carbon dioxide is not poisonous. Is it phosphoryl chloride? No. Nowhere phosphorus comes in the name. Carbonyl chloride. This is carbonyl chloride and it is called phosgene, and it is correct answer. So phosgene stands for carbonyl chloride. It is a very poisonous gas that was used in, if I am not wrong, in World War II. It was used in World War II as a chemical weapon. It was used as a chemical weapon. It is so that whenever chloroform is exposed to sunlight in closed containers, chloroform gets converted into phosgene, and even small amounts of inhaling of phosgene can kill you. So that is how it was used in Second World War. Then 14th question. So for 13th question, what is the answer? C, carbonyl chloride is the correct answer and not carbon tetrachloride. 14th, which is not present in Grignard reagent. Grignard reagent formula you know, it is RMgX, alkyl magnesium halide. So if you do not remember formula, at least remember by words, alkyl magnesium halide. Okay. So in this formula, what is not present or which is not present in Grignard reagent? Methyl group. This R can be a methyl group. So it is correct. Methyl group is correct. Second, magnesium. Yes, it is compulsorily present. Halogen, it is present. Carboxyl group, no. Carboxyl group never appears in Grignard reagents. So option D is a wrong answer. Sorry, I mean correct answer and the wrong option among these. 15th, C6H5CH2Cl, benzyl chloride. C6H5 means benzene or phenyl, along with CH2 means benzyl. So this is benzyl chloride. When benzyl chloride reacts with aqueous KCN, what are the compounds obtained? It is just a simple substitution reaction. Substitution in the hydrocarbon part. What is the product obtained? This should be your product obtained. CH2 as it is, in place of Cl, Cn appears, and in place of Cn, Cl appears, KCl. So this is the easiest substitution reaction to give you benzyl cyanide. Benzyl cyanide is the product. It is one of the nucleophilic substitution reactions of haloalkanes. So for 15th question, what should be the correct answer? Is it benzene plus KCl? No. Is it benzyl cyanide plus KCl? That is second option. Yes. Or third, toluene plus KCl? No. Or D, none of these. So what should be your answer? It should be the second option, that is benzyl cyanide plus KCl, because it is one of the nucleophilic substitution reactions. Now I have solved 15 questions. I will give you a day's time and then you solve the remaining 15 questions and find out the answers. If you find out the answers, it is well and good for you. And if you are unable to solve any of them, then again you can watch my next video in order to solve the remaining 15 questions. Till then, keep studying and watch the videos regularly. Thank you.